Hello, good morning, everyone. I am here would like to introduction myself. My name is Bagus Tiawan from Persada Indonesia University. And now I am in the second semester from Economic and Business Faculty. And the module 5 is English for specific purpose. And the topic is 1, customer service on the phone. Number 2, handling customer complaint and expressing reason, purpose, and contrast. And number 1, five ways to provide excellent customer service over the phone. Here are 5 ways to provide excellent customer service over the phone. 1. Acknowledge the customer throughout the sale. By this, we don't just mean that you should use the customer name, which you should definitely do. It's also important to acknowledge the specific comments made by the customer. If he or she points out a problem with your product or service, you should respond by informing him or her that you're empathic toward the concern. If he or she reports certification, be sure to offer your show of gratitude. It is important to show all of your color that they are valued. Number 2, be an active listener. Many customer service agents become complacent in their roles because they get used to saying the same things over and over again. This can be dangerous. You never want to automatically assume you know how to resolve a color issue. Be sure to listen so that you can make out the specific and unique concern of requests of every customer. By actively listening, you'll be able to better pinpoint solution to problem the first time they are raised. Number 3, don't keep customer waiting. Does anyone like waiting? It does not matter if you're in a checkout line, at a red light, or in a calling sequence. Waiting is never all that's much fun. Do your best to answer calls quickly and minimize hold time. Of course, putting color on hold will certainly be necessary from time to time. Just be sure to inform your color of how long you expect the hold time to be, and do your best not to keep him or her waiting any longer than the time given. And the next, be positive and upbeat. This may sound like a no-brainer tip. It is pretty obvious that you should be friendly, right? But keep in mind a point made earlier. Many phone reps get so used to the monotony of their job that they end up sounding like monotone robots, especially by the end of their work shift. Do your best to take small moments between calls to remind yourself to be energized during each call, treating them all like your first one of the day. And last time, don't ever feel that you're above an apology. In more cases than not, the problem had by your caller will not be one that is your fault. Nevertheless, apologizing on behalf of your company will generally be necessary. Sometimes it's important to apologize simply for the inconvenience that comes with having to make a call to correct a problem. Your empathy will go a long way in satisfying the customer, often retaining him or her after a dispute. And the topic is next, handling customer complaint. Here are the steps to follow which are when a customer complains. 1. Listen carefully to the person who is angry. This requires active listening, which mean you need to stop what you're doing to concentrate. An angry customer needs to know that they are being heard and that you are fully engaged in the conversation. Concentrate solely on what the customer is telling you. Make notes of the key facts and their concern, so that you have a record of the conversation to refer to in the future. Number 2, let your customer vent for a few minutes if necessary. A really angry customer sometimes needs to vent their frustration. Give them a chance to do so as long they are not using obscenities of or abusive language. Don't interrupt. Remain calm and in control. Above all, remember that you are representing your company and they are not attacking you personally. And number 3, thank you customer for complaining. Yep, even when customers are being a bit nasty, you can begin to change the tone of the conversation dramatically by sincerely thanking them for bringing the problem to your attention. This shows the customer that you genuinely care about what they are saying and you appreciate the opportunity to resolve the problem. Number 4, get the fact. Now that the customer has calmed down and feels you have heard his or her side, begin asking question. Be careful not to speak. Sorry. Number 4, now that get the fact. Now that the customer has calmed down and feels you have heard his or her side, begin asking question. Be careful not to speak script replies, but use this as an opportunity to start a genuine conversation, building a trust relationship with your customer to help you understand the situation. As open-ended question to try to get as many details as possible. Number 5, offer a solution. This happens only after you have sufficient details know what you can and cannot do within your company with willingness. Making a promise you cannot commit to will only set you back. Remember when offering a solution, be courteous and respectful. Let the customer know you are willing to take ownership of the issue and tell them what you are going to do solve the problem. If an employee in another department is better equipment to the fix, help make the transition smooth by explaining the problem so your customer does not need to respect their story. And the next, expressing reason, purpose, and contrast. Reason 1. We can begin a clause that give reason with this word. 1. As it was getting late, I decided I should go home. We must be near the beach because I can hear the waves. You can begin a sentence with because everything looks different. I had no idea where to go, so it also commonly used to express the same meaning. My mother's arrived, so I won't be late to meet you on Tuesday after all. 3. Since he was going to be living in Sweden for some time, he thought he should read sometime about the country. 4. We could go and visit you, seeing that we have to drive past her house anyway, seeing that is used in informal English. Some people also use seeing as in informal speech. Number 2, for in that, in as much as. We must begin planning now for the future. My bringing unexpected change. The film is unusually in that there are only 4 actors in it. Clara and I have quite an easy life, inasmuch as neither of us had to work too hard, but we earn quite a lot of money. Number 3, because of, due to, owing to. Because of is used before and none of non-phrases. We won't be able to come because of the bad weather. Due to, she was unable to run due to a leg injury. Owing to, not after the verb be. We have less money to spend owing to budget cuts. Number 4, for and with. For has a similar meaning to because of. She was looking all better for her stay in hospital. With has a similar meaning to because there is or are. With so many people ill, I'll feed guidance to cancel the meeting. Purpose, so or that. So that is usually followed by can, could, will, or would. The police locked the door so that no one could get on. 2 infinitive are purpose. Jack went to England to study engineer. Number 3, in order to, so as to. These are more formal ways to expressing purpose. Scientists use only local materials in order to, or so as to save money. Number 4, for describe how something is used. This button is from starting the engine. Result, so or such plus adjective plus that. Jim was so tall or that. He hit his head on the railing. Helen is such a busy person that she never feels bored. Number 2, so much or many or few or little plus none plus that. There were so many passengers that we could not find a seat. Number 3, 2 plus adjective plus 2. The table was far too heavy to lift. Not plus adjective plus enough. The table was not light enough to lift. Contrast. 1. I'll talk, even talk while wears. Talk can come at the end of a sentence. Outrack cannot. Outrack is asked her. She did not come. I asked her, but she don't come. She do not come through. Even talk is more emphatic. Even talk, I asked her. She did not come, which was surprising. While and whereas are rather formal. The contrast opposite ideas. While units were fast and accurate, cities were slow and careless. Number 2, however, this is more common in formal speech and writing. It is correct, however, I don't like it, or I don't like it, however. Number 3, nevertheless. This is a very formal way of expressing however. Smith say he is or nevertheless he has bought a new car. Number 4, describe and inspired of. They can be followed by nouns or geners and not by calls. Describe losing which we celebrate in spirit of the rain we want out. Thank you for the presentation for me.